How's it going, everyone? My name's Pat. This is Pat's Exotic Pets. Thanks for checking out my channel. And with today's video, I just wanted to introduce myself a little bit, talk about how I got into reptiles, and show off some of my collection. So let's get into it. So I'm sure everyone starts off with a similar situation, right? You have an experience with a reptile when you're younger, you get infatuated by it, and that infatuation stays with you for the rest of your life, right? So when I was a kid, I had a next door neighbor that had 2 reticulated pythons. He also had some parrots and a couple other reptiles. And he used to take his reptiles down to the beach by the boardwalk and let people take pictures with them. And I always thought it was the coolest thing. And he used to let me in his house and play with the animals. And one day I went to his house and he had a baby pool in the middle of his room with a baby alligator in it. Another time he came home with a bucket full of baby Brazilian rainbow boas. And I thought those were so cool that I asked my father if I could have one. At the time, my father said no, and I was not allowed to have any reptiles in the house. And that's the way it was. Fast forward to being an adult in 2016, I moved out of my parents' house, and I said, okay, well, now I got my own place, I got my own money, I could do what I want to do, and I could go finally buy a reptile. So I started doing research. I wanted a boa constrictor at the time. I looked up YouTube. I started watching all these channels. Obviously, Brian Barczyk I found, and all these other big name YouTubers that were making videos around 2016, 2018. And I started watching videos and saw that a boa constrictor gets a little too big for my little 1-bedroom apartment that I had at the time. So I said to myself, okay, well, a ball python is a much more manageable size. I'll start with a ball python. And that's what I did. So I bought my first ball python finally in 2018. And at the time, I didn't have anywhere to put it. I'm doing research on the internet. It says, don't put them in glass tanks, put them in plastic tubs. It holds humidity better. So I went to Target and I bought, a small plastic tub. I went on the internet. I bought a thermostat and I bought heat tape, and I put it all together and I put it inside this shelf I had at the time in this wall unit dresser thing that I had. And for a while that worked, and the snake stayed in that for 2 years about. And then I said, okay, I want more snakes. I'm watching videos at this point, like all the time, about breeding and all these things and all these amazing combinations you can make and all these colors and patterns. And it blew my mind at the time. And I was just like, okay, well, I think I might want to get into this, but let's start slow and we'll slowly build up. And if this is the way I'm going to progress, then this is the way I'm going to progress. So I went on the internet. I found a website that was selling PVC racks at the time. So I bought a PVC rack. And then when it finally came, I bought my second snake. So that was in 2020. So I'll show you now the first snakes that I bought, the one I bought in 2018 and the one I bought in 2020. They're also the mother and father to my very first clutch that I had this year. And I'll show you them now. So this is the girl. And I bought her in 2018, like I said, and she is a pastel clown. She just had her first clutch, like I said, this year. And she's very beautiful. And I'll show you the father. And this guy right here is the dad. And he was the second snake I bought. I bought him in 2020. And he is a pastel fire spot nose, super leopard het clown. And he's amazing too. And the babies that came out look even more amazing. From that clutch, I had 7 eggs, and 6 of them ended up being clown. So from a het clown to a clown pairing, 6 out of 7 babies came out clown, which I think is great. Um, so those were the first two, and I had them in these PVC racks that I bought off the internet, and that was it. For a while, that was it. I didn't buy another snake until 2022. I went and started buying some other snakes. So I ended up buying this guy right here, Banana Enchi Orange Dream Het Clown Pied, 50% het hypo. And he's a nice size. Starting to breed for me this year. Now that I produced my first clutch, I said, let me slow down a little bit. Let me try to get my first clutch, and then I'll decide from there if I want to keep going with this and, try to produce more clutches. So I just had my first clutch just hatched a couple of weeks ago, and now I'm starting to pair some of these other animals I have. So, like I said, Banana Enchi Orange Dream Het Clown Het Pied, 50% het hypo. So I bought him in 2022, and I also bought this girl here in 2022 as well from the same guy. And this one is a black pastel red stripe cypress. Black pastel red stripe cypress Het Clown. And she's very pretty. So those are the next two I bought. And then I just went a little crazy. From that point on, I was like, okay, I need more. It became an addiction. And right after that, I bought this guy here. Now, this guy is a little bit of a mystery to me. I think he's going into shed too, but this guy's a little bit of a mystery to me because he was sold to me as a black pastel orange dream Het Clown Het Pied, 50% het hypo, 50% GCR Axanthic. So now by this time I bought this snake. Shed testing wasn't a thing yet, but when it finally became a thing, I went and sent this animal shed out, and it came back as negative for black pastel, negative for orange dream. Although when I first got this snake, he was a bright orange, and this pattern isn't a normal pattern. So it came back negative for black pastel, negative for orange dream, positive for Het Clown, Het Pied, and negative for het hypo. And there's no test for GCR Axanthic, at least not at the time I was sending this shed out, so I didn't get that tested. But this snake is not a normal, so I was thinking about getting it retested for Barnhart Black Pastel, because this is not a normal pattern, and I don't know. And that's what the shed testing was telling me, that if there's nothing in the snake, there's got to be a normal. So if anyone has any kind of idea of what this animal might be, what gene, I'd love to hear what you have to say. But that being said, let's keep going. So now I had this snake, and again, I said to myself, let me slow it down, let me hold off, but it's always just one more. So I went and I got this guy here, because I always loved the calico gene from the second I saw it. So this guy is a chocolate calico, uh, chocolate calico het desert ghost. And, he's got some nice white sides, that chocolatey, milky pattern. He's a beautiful snake. And then I said, okay, well, since this snake is het desert ghost, now if I'm gonna breed, I need something with desert ghost in it. So I went and I got this guy. Well, this girl actually. And this girl is a desert ghost het pied. Simple desert ghost het pied. I bought her around the time of COVID, I believe. And she's starting to I'm just pairing her up too. She's starting to breed for me to the calico, chocolate calico het desert ghost that you just saw. So he's pairing up as well. And that's all the snakes that I have that are up to size and ready to breed. But I do have some babies that I'm waiting to get up to size because, again, it's an addiction. I just can't pull myself away to stop. So I'll get into some of these babies that I bought that I'm waiting to get up to size. And I'll start with this one here. This guy is definitely in shed. This girl, I should say. And she's an asphalt pied. She's an asphalt pied het clown. And I got her from the man himself, Justin Kabelka. And she's very pretty. And she's definitely putting on some weight. I only just recently got her, and she was small when I got her. And now she's getting there. She's getting pretty good size on her. And get in there. And the reason why I got her is because I also, for my day job, work with asphalt. So I thought it would just be cool to work with the asphalt gene when I also work with asphalt in my day job outside. So I bought her. The next one I bought was I think it was this one here. Now, when I went to a reptile expo with my girlfriend and my son, and walking around the reptile expo, I didn't really see anything I wanted. I was going to leave without getting anything. And my girlfriend saw this girl right here, this black pastel albino, sitting at a table. She was really little at the time. And she was like, oh, can we get this one? I really like this one. So I bought it. And you know what? She's a very pretty girl. She's really pretty. So black pastel albino. And then at the same reptile expo, my son was with us and he saw a snake. And he said to me, Dad, that snake looks so sad. That snake looks so sad on that table. He's like, can we get this one? So I said, yeah, I'll get that one. And this one's simple, pastel Enchi, not het for anything. Possible red gene, it said, but my son saw it. said it looked sad. He wanted it, so I got it from him. Ah. After that, I started playing around on the Morph Market auctions a little bit, and I started winning some snakes on there. So I'll show you some of those. I won this guy. This girl on the Morph Market auction. She is a pastel Wookie. What does it say? Pastel Wookie Red Stripe GHI Clown. So I got her, and her pattern is crazy. Just the blown out clown pattern. The sides look like they're just fading into nothing. I hope the camera can see it, but that looks amazing. And yeah, so I bought this one from an auction. And she fell in a water bowl. And then I got this one from an auction as well. This one's deep in shed. This is a Blackhead Orange Dream Head Desert Ghost Head Pied. This one is a boy. And he's deep in shed, so I got him. And then I got these two over here. So this one, Hurricane Yellow Belly Pie. And this one's got some sick pattern. She's hissing at me. And this one's a very pretty girl. And I went and got this one, which I also believe is from another auction. And finally, the last one I bought very recently was this guy right here. This boy right here. Desert Ghost Clown. And come on. Doing what bull pythons do best, trying to curl up on me. But very nice. Very nice animal. And I just recently got him, so he's still a little, but I'm thinking within another year or so, I'm gonna be able to produce some really nice stuff. And I'm glad I did it as slow as I did. I slowly built up until now where I can actually start producing clutches, because I'm happy I didn't rush into it and not be able to have a place for everything to go. I watched some other channel that said, infrastructure. You have to be able to have a place to put these animals. You have to have all the things you need to take care of them before you rush into it too fast. So what I did was, I eventually, as you can see, I got the Freedom Breeder rack in the back. So eventually I bought the rack, and I made sure that if I'm gonna breed, I'm gonna have a place to put these animals. I'm gonna be able to take care of them. I'm not just gonna rush into it and then say I'll figure it out later. So now I'm at a point where I have everything I need, and I can finally start breeding. And I'm glad I did it this way instead of just rushing into it. Because now I have my first clutch, and I'll show you those babies. But if I would have rushed into having a clutch and tried to figure out where I'm going to put these babies, I wouldn't have been able to do all this. So I'll show you guys now. This is one of the babies. This is the first one that shut out. This is actually my favorite one of the clutch. The clown pattern in here, the camera probably can't see it, but it's like a crazy pinkish color. And this thing is just amazing. I don't know, maybe I'm a little biased because I finally produced snakes for myself, but the next one is this one. This one's the runt of the litter. She came in weighing the smallest at 59 grams. It's the only one that didn't come out clown also. But I think it's an exact copy of the father. I think it's a pastel, fire, spot nose, leopard, head clown. It looks exactly like the father did when I first got him in 2020 when he was little. But he's a cool little baby. I also didn't sex any of these yet. They kind of just all started shedding out the last couple of days, so I wanted to. This is the third one. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to take the sheds. I wanted to guess what each animal was, right, genetic wise, and then take the sheds and send them out and see how closely I got from what I guessed and what they actually came back as. So I'm probably going to do that. This was the third one that shed out. Pretty sure this one has super pastel in it because it's just blown out. Crazy. But yeah, this is the third one. And then we got the fourth one here. He might bite me. Hopefully not. He's hissing at me also. This is the only one to come out without pastel in it also. But this one, also very nice. Ooh. And he looks awesome. This is the fifth one to shed out here. This little guy here, fifth one to shed out. And, I'm pretty sure this one might be super pastel also. It's very blown out. But we'll see. We will see. This one just shed out this morning. So fresh shed on this one. Show you guys. And I don't know. I don't think the camera is really showing these that good. Maybe it is. I don't know. We'll see after I post it. But this little guy, like I said, just shut out this morning. He's amazing. Well, girl, like I said, I don't know. I didn't sex them yet. And then the last one still didn't shed out. Still waiting for it to shed. It's number 7 here. And I don't know. So that's all of them. That's all the babies. That's all the whole rack. That's the whole collection. And like I said, I'm going to send those baby sheds off, guess what they are, and then wait to see what the shed test says, so I can see how close I got it, and then just see what else I could do from there. I have some breeding, like I said, going on. I'm going to take some time to pair some animals, and that's everything. So I guess thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in to my channel. Like I said, I'm Pat. This is Pat's Exotic Pets. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.